Hey, what's up everybody? Jake here and welcome to the hobby. It has been exactly 5 years since the Sun and Moon set Team Up was officially released, and this set is now going for well over $2,000. Not kind of $2,000, but well over $2,000. And for a set that's only 5 years old to be going for that kind of money is pretty insane. So a lot of people have been talking about what set is going to be the next Team Up. Why was Team Up so incredibly popular and why is it so expensive? There's a lot going for this set. It's really a revolutionary set. It introduced the Tag Team GX cards, which were some of the most popular cards to collect of all time. It's one of the most popular gimmick the Pokemon Company has ever released. They also introduced alt art cards with the Team Up series. There were always some alternate art cards before Team Up, but this set really brought together the introduction of alt art cards, which are amazing. Everyone loves trainer gallery, illustration rares, and all kinds of really cool alternate art cards, and that got its major start in Team Up. Outside of being an incredibly popular set, it was also heavily short printed. The Team Up print run was very short, and there was a bunch of different reasons for that, but the biggest one I think was because a lot of the sets prior to Team Up was not very popular, so the Pokemon Company probably didn't forecast for a huge jump in popularity with the final series of cards from the Sun and Moon era. So pretty much the reason why Team Up is so expensive nowadays is that it kind of had a perfect storm of a ton of demand and a low amount of supply. So that is the perfect storm for a set to become very expensive. So people are talking about what the next Team Up set is going to be, and I put together 5 sets that I think are really awesome at different price point that you can pick up from. So this will be a ton of fun to talk about. Before we get started, I would like to thank Buyee for sponsoring today's video. If you haven't heard, Buyee is the go-to source for picking up exclusive Pokemon cards that are only available in Japan. I've used Buyee for years to pick up all kinds of cool cards like Mario Pikachu, Scream Mimikyu, and Japan Post promo cards. Buyee gives you a direct line to Japan's hottest collectibles, and they will ship it to you anywhere in the world. They've just launched their new TCG-centric storefront, making it more collector-friendly than ever before. Using their service is incredibly easy. I just used their service to pick up the new Unigaba promo cards from the Pokemon Center Japan for free with my purchase through Buyee. Click the link in the description to sign up to Buyee today. Buyee offers full buyer insurance and delivery inspection as well, so you can have peace of mind that you are getting what you paid for. New signups get a 10% coupon off your very first purchase. Thank you again to Buyee for sponsoring today's video. The next set that people are betting on to be the next Team Up, and this probably won't surprise you, is going to be Cosmic Eclipse. Cosmic Eclipse is the end of the Sun and Moon era. It is one of the best sets of all time, a really huge set of close to 300 cards. It introduced a bunch of really cool stuff as well. It still has the Tag Team GX cards. It has some of the best Tag Team GX alt art cards by my personal opinion, and it also introduced trainer gallery cards. They weren't called trainer gallery cards in Cosmic Eclipse, they were still secret rares, but this really started the introduction of Pokemon cards with their trainers on the art. This was the start of that, and I think it's super cool that they continued on with this series. So if you want to collect something that's probably going to be the next Team Up, the closest match is probably going to be Cosmic Eclipse. The issue is that a Cosmic Eclipse booster box, while cheaper than Team Up, is still going for the range of $800 to $1,000 for a single sealed booster box. So it's incredibly expensive. It's the most expensive set that we have on this list. The other ones are going to be a little bit cheaper. The next set that has a lot of potential is going to be Hidden Fates. Hidden Fates is an incredibly popular set when it came out, and a lot of people tout this set as the reason why they got back into the Pokemon boom. It was released right at the start of the major Pokemon card hype that we now know today during the pandemic. Hidden Fates was a ton of fun, and a big reason why it was so incredibly popular was because it introduced shiny hunting. There's always been a couple shiny cards in the Pokemon series, but Hidden Fates brought together the shiny hunt, which is why now we have Shining Fates and Paldean Fates, but it all started with the OG Hidden Fates, and a big part of the shiny hunt was Charizard. The Charizard GX from the Hidden Fates series went for as much as over $10,000 for a black label card back in the day. And a big reason why it went for so much money was because the collector who picked up this card did not expect there to be a ton of black label copies of the shiny Charizard GX. They expected there to be 5 to maybe 10 copies of a black label Charizard to be in existence, and now we have hundreds and hundreds of copies of this card in a black label. And a big part of that is because once you broadcast that this card is now going for $10,000 for a black label, you can expect a lot of people to want to grade their own copy of the card and get their own $10,000 Charizard. So money can be a big incentive. Hidden Fates is a super cool set. It's significantly more affordable than Cosmic Eclipse, I can tell you that, but it's still very expensive. A ETB of Hidden Fates is probably going to cost you around $150. It used to cost as much as $300 during the pandemic, but due to some major restocks of Hidden Fates on the tail end of its release, it's gone down quite a bit, and that is sort of what you can expect right now, because if there's a continuous amount of supply, prices will dip no matter how expensive a product is. However, you want to pick something that is going to be really popular for years to come and will always be fun to crack open, Hidden Fates is a great series. Next up, we got a major set that is near and dear to everyone's heart, or if not, it can be a major villain in some of your guys' book, and that is Evolving Skies. You can't talk about potential without mentioning Evolving Skies, because this set just keeps going up in value no matter what happens to the market. It is going for well over $500 for a booster box right now. Not kind of $500, well over $500. If you can find a booster box of Evolving Skies going for under $500 right now, that is considered a good deal, which is really, really bonkers because it's not that old of a set. It's, I think, right around 3 years old. So why is Evolving Skies so popular? It's due to the alt art cards. There's a ton of really cool alt art cards inside of the set, but if you want to pick up those cards, just pick them up as singles. In fact, you can pick up most graded PSA 10 copies of the top chase cards in Evolving Skies going for well around $100 a copy, which is incredibly cheap. Because if you can pick up 5 PSA 10 alt art chase cards from Evolving Skies for the same price as a booster box, why not just pick up the alt art cards? And if you don't even want them graded, it gets even cheaper than that. And I've seen some people call this set Evolving Cries, and it's well deserving. This set is brutal to crack open. In fact, there was a recent story that someone cracked open a whole entire booster box case of Evolving Skies. So that's 6 booster box. That's $3,000 in Evolving Skies sealed products, and they did not find a single alt art card inside of their 6 booster box. That is absolutely brutal. They pulled other secret rares, they pulled gold rares, they pulled full art cards. They just didn't pull one of the chase alt art cards, and that is absolutely possible within 6 booster box. It's unlucky, but absolutely possible. So don't really crack this set open. It's something to keep sealed long term. You don't really have to need an opinion from me. Whether you're an Evolving Skies lover or hater, I'm not gonna really change your opinion. $500 for a booster box is absolutely ridiculous, but this set is just that popular. Next up, we got a set that pretty much everyone has cracked open, and that is Pokemon Celebrations, the 25th anniversary set. Years after its release, this set is still available at MSRP. You can find retail products of Celebration potentially still on store shelves, and if not on hobby stores, at MSRP. So if you wanted to pick up something retail, this set still has it, and a big part of that was because Celebrations was very heavily printed. This set is still available right now, and in fact, if you want to pick up the singles on it, they are so gosh darn cheap. And the thing is, the singles from Celebrations are probably going to be cheap forever of all time. Really, even something like the Charizard, which is one of the chase cards from the Celebrations block, it's probably going to be cheap forever. It is a copy of the original base set Charizard, and while the base set Charizard is still readily available, the unlimited version of it at least, from 1999, there just really doesn't seem to be a reason why you would want to pick up the Celebrations Charizard if you really think it's awesome, which I do have a copy of it. It is a pretty cool card, but people aren't going to want to pick up an imitation. They're going to want to pick up the real copy from 1999, because saying you picked up the proxy from the 25th anniversary set, it just simply isn't as cool. However, the sealed products of Celebrations is probably going to garner value for years to come. Right now, there's still a ton of copies of it, and there are a lot of collectors that have sealed products of Celebrations snuck under their beds, but who knows where things can go for 20 years. So if you want to pick up something that's significantly more affordable than all the other sets that have been mentioned on this list, Celebrations might be one that is on your docket. Next up, we got ourselves my final list that I think has a lot of potential, and this one is the most affordable set on the list, and that is going to be Crown Zenith. I absolutely love this set. It's a very recent set, so don't expect it to have the same value as some of the other sets mentioned on this list. It's incredibly affordable. You can find Crown Zenith products going on fire sale right now, going for as much as 40 to 50% off their retail price. You can get some really steep discounts and great deals on Crown Zenith right now, and if you can find those deals, definitely pick it up. There's a bunch of reasons why I can really praise this set. It is close to being as perfect of a set as I can say. It has everything going for it. A really great pack opening experience, a ton of really cool alt art cards. It is a ton of fun to crack open and a great series to just collect. There are so many gosh darn gorgeous cards inside of Crown Zenith. You're going to be opening up packs for days and you're going to still find new and interesting cards to pull from it. And there is a ton of value. There's just so much collectability. It has everything I would want from a set. Pretty much, it is, my opinion, as close to a perfect set that the Pokemon Company has released as possible. There's other sets that are really cool, like 151, but 151 is just really brutal in terms of a pull rate. So it's not that fun to actually crack open. It's great to collect singles, but not that fun. Crown Zenith has just everything going for it. The one issue is that it has a ton of supplies, but that is the present. It has a ton of supplies right now. Who knows what the future spells for this perfect set. If you want to pick up some sealed products with Crown Zenith, they are readily available. They are incredibly cheap. I would say crack them open now just because it's a ton of fun, so you can experience it now. They will probably end up being expensive in the future, but who knows where they really stand. But I'm rooting for this set. It's so popular and it's so incredibly fun that if this set fails to deliver in terms of value in the future, then just take back my collector card right now. I'm not deserving of it, but this is a set that is so fun that if you want to get in on ground zero in terms of a set that is incredibly popular, incredibly fun, and is as cheap as it's ever going to get, who knows when it's going to go up in value. It may never go up in value, but honestly, I'm not crying if my Crown Zenith ETB is $25 in 5 years. If Crown Zenith is still going for $25 in 5 years, then guess what? I'm cracking open Crown Zenith in 5 years. I'm going to have fun picking up those cards if they are that dirt cheap. So those are my top 5 sets that I think have the most potential of being the next team up, from the most expensive and the most old to the rather cheapest and readily available products right now. All of these sets are super gosh darn cool. If you have some other sets in your opinion that are really great, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments section. Specifically, I want sets that have released after Team Up. It doesn't make sense for a set to be the next Team Up if it's older than Team Up. So I think that makes sense. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really appreciative of your viewership. I'm going to be here for a very long time, and I hope you continue to watch and enjoy this journey with me. Thank you again, and I'll see you guys next time.